Okay, here we go. So the streaming has started, so it should be working fine now. Those who have perhaps missed the call or just want to see it again in the future can always do so easily. Hello, everyone. Nice to finally be able to speak to you again. I'm Dennis. I'm the community manager of Pillar. I'm sure many of you have listened to me before. Welcome to our open community call that we do every 2 weeks or so. Depends on how the things are standing. So for those who haven't joined us earlier than this, or perhaps don't know how the structure format works, this is where we speak about everything that has happened in the last couple of weeks on Pillar and everything related to that. So we go by the usual order of things. We go from tech updates, where our main developer Kieran talks about things that have been done inside the wallet app you are probably using. Then we go to marketing and some other things related to that as well. And we answer some of the community's most frequently asked questions here as well. So to start things off, I'll be giving the mic to Kieran in a minute or so. I just want to let you know that some of you perhaps have joined and are curious about the recent pull-ups we have been giving away. Yes, there'll be a pull-up NFT giveaway at the end of this meeting. There'll be a secret word. There's going to be a secret word I'm going to share with you guys. So as soon as you enter it in the website we have made for you, you can claim the free NFT on the xDai network. We suggest using your Pillar wallet to do this since it is free of charge, and the xDai network isn't supported by most other places you're probably going to try using. So I suggest using your Pillar wallet for this one. To get things started, I'm going to invite my dear developer Kieran on the stage to talk about tech updates. Let me just find him. I need to give him permission to speak, I believe. So just give me a second to find him. I can't find Kieran for some reason. I don't know where he is. Just give me a second. Where is Kieran? Okay, until Kieran shows up, I guess we can just give me a second, please. Yeah, I have trouble finding Kieran for some reason. Just give me a second. Here we go. Here we go. Finally, I see him. Here we go. Allowed to speak. Sorry, Kieran. Sorry for the hold up. I gave you the permission to speak, so I think you should be able to do so.
No worries, we're all good. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So for those of you who don't know, I'm head of mobile engineering at Pillar, and excuse me. And since the last time we spoke and we did a community call, and this time we've come a long way, and we've done quite a few big releases, of which there's so much stuff. I'm going to condense it down a little bit. So without further ado, I'm just going to go straight into the big things that were released. So we're always focusing on user experience, as many of you know. So we've got two big features that we've released recently, which is both regarding Wallet Connect, and that is a Wallet Connect browser, and then the Wallet Connect chain switcher as well. Now, the reason we've built a Wallet Connect browser is to further improve the Wallet Connect experience, because it has been a bit ropey at times. We know this, and we've been actively working to try and improve this experience. And one thing we notice is that if you leave the app, sometimes for various reasons, the Wallet Connect connection to your dApp is severed in some capacity, and that is not something we can control. But what we did notice is that if we contained the Wallet Connect, browser inside the Pillar app, the connection wasn't severed. So what happens is, you don't get Wallet Connect dropouts and disconnections. So that is one big feature that we'll release. So whenever you visit a dApp from the Wallet Connect dashboard, it will open inside the Pillar app, and any actions and signatures, they will simply appear over the browser for you to action straight away. So it's a much more cohesive and inclusive sort of experience. It's far more stable, and we've been getting some positive feedback around that as well. So I'm really happy to hear that. And the second thing is the Wallet Connect switcher. This allows you to switch chains from within the app. So you can switch your networks, from, for example, like xDai to Polygon within the app. And what will happen is, we will send the message via Wallet Connect to the dApps, and they will switch the networks on their side as well. So this is particularly useful, if the dApp itself is having problems switching chains. Apart from that, so there are the two things regarding Wallet Connect. We also now display NFTs on Polygon. We've now introduced a tiered support system, and also we have officially launched our Avalanche support as well. And they're the big main features. And we've also got a absolute ton of fixes and bug fixes and improvements and visual fixtures and UI improvements, but there's too many to list here. So as always, I'll always tell you, if you really, if you want to know what has changed in all this detail, please just go to our open GitHub repo, which is pillarwallet/pillarwallet, and head to the releases section, and you will be able to see in all its glory all the release notes that we do for every release. And that's it for me. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you, Kieran. So here we go from the tech side. So I guess we have more things to cover, obviously. Kieran has mentioned everything about Wallet Connect, NFTs, the support system Avalanche. So I think that about covers the tech side. And here we go to the most, I guess, the biggest one of them all. I'm sure you're going to be curious about what's been happening, especially some of you are here because of the recent NFT lottery. So we're going to talk more about that, obviously. And this is something we have our marketing team, Sasha and Kyle, who are going to share more about. So guys, I'm going to let you take the wheel and share anything you want to go and share on the marketing side.
Yeah, hey Dennis. Thank you. Hi everyone. Thanks for coming. From the marketing side, Kyle and I will shed some light on the updates. So let me begin. I would say that Pillar doesn't stand still, and we are constantly evolving. As you can see, we are implementing support for new chains, working on extending our current functionality, such as support of NFTs on Polygon, for instance. We organize engaging campaigns for our community, and also we are working on the development of premium services that will be available only for Pillar token holders. And in terms of current and upcoming campaigns, I guess the most obvious one on our agenda is the Genesis NFT collection. And as you know, this is a limited edition of 256 NFT pillars. And I know that there were several questions from our community about its uniqueness. And I would say it's not only stunning NFT pillars, but also these NFTs will bring additional benefits to the owners in the Pillarverse. And we've already announced several benefits, such as 3 Pillar subsidized transaction fees for in-app multi-chain swaps per calendar month, and they will be available on Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, and Gnosis, formerly xDai. Also, free early bird mint access to the next NFT collection. And at the same time, more surprise benefits might be activated in the near future. So currently, this collection is only available for Pillar DAO members and Pillar token holders. And DAO governors can verify the Pillar address via our special verification dApp. I guess we will provide all the links after the call. Once we verify your address, we will add you to the whitelist, and you will be able to mint your own NFT. For those who haven't done it yet, please feel free to check the verification dApp. Additionally, we host NFT lotteries every Friday, and all Pillar token holders are eligible to stake their tokens and take part in a draw. Every Friday, we pick 15 lucky winners and waitlist them. By the way, the first lottery happened last Friday, and we had about 205 participants. And you can find the spreadsheet with the results on our Telegram chat. So, and the next draw is planned for tomorrow at 1 p.m. GMT. Don't miss it. And please note that starting from February 12th, the minimum staking amount will be 1,000 pillar tokens. But that's not all. Also, we are planning to launch a giveaway early next week. Participants should complete all the required steps, and then we will select 5 random winners who will be eligible for free minting for the NFTs. At the same time, there will be one more NFT event, which is called Reveal Party. NFT owners who minted their Genesis NFT will be able to view their actual NFT for the first time on OpenSea and obviously share it with the community. So the Reveal Party will also take place on our Telegram. And all the dates will be announced on our social media channels, so stay tuned. At the end of the day, we are going to put the rest of the Genesis collection on sale on OpenSea. And there is a story behind this decision, and I'd like to pass it over to Kyle to share more details on it.
Thanks, Sasha. Yeah, hello everybody, and welcome to the call. So just wanted to go into the goals of the NFT project, and it started out as a project to reward our governors and our community members, and the next step was then to take a jump into NFT sales of the remainder of the NFTs available. And that is what Alexandra is referring to here. So basically, the two things that I want to mention tonight is the NFT sales and our new YouTube series. So we'll start with this NFT sales. So as many of you who are governors would know, we intended selling the rest of these NFTs once the governors had claimed and after the NFT lottery had concluded. So those are going on for another 6 weeks. So once those conclude, we will begin the sales of the remaining NFTs. And I actually posted this as a proposal on the governance forum, and the proposal was signed and passed by our governors for the DAO, our community-led DAO, to take on all the profits of the sales as a revenue stream. And this also includes a 5% royalty if any of the NFTs are sold on the secondary market. The reason we haven't really announced this before today is that we had to iron out some of the finer details with regards to the DAA incorporation, or the DAO incorporation. But we're excited to have nailed down those details, and this will signal really good news for our future NFT plans, as well as the sales that will come out of the remaining NFTs. And then next, I wanted to briefly share one of the tasks that we're currently working on, and it's close to completion and with regards to the community growth. This weekend, Pablo, our international man of mystery, will be airing our first episode of the weekly Pillar News Roundup on YouTube. So this is a great way for you to stay informed if you're into crypto, as all of us are, on the latest developments in crypto news. Often it's, if you're like me, there's so much to read and there's so much to get through. It's all too long didn't read. So Pablo's curated stories will keep you in the loop there, because it'll just give you that weekly roundup of the bigger stories in the space. So tune in and go to youtube.com/Pillar Project and subscribe for your weekly dose of crypto news. We'll post the link to that in the Pillar official Telegram group, and we'll also make announcements about it when it's public. Otherwise, there's some really interesting research going into projects and at increasing adoption, but it's still very early to talk about that tonight. So keep attending these community meetings and stay informed through these meetups. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dennis.
So yeah, and
Thank you, Kyle.
Dennis, I just wanted to quickly mention some technical updates that will also involve the marketing team.
Yeah, of course.
So very soon we will launch the bug bounty program, and it will help us make our pillar wallet more secure and protected from vulnerabilities. It will take place on the Nft platform. It's a leading bug bounty platform for smart contracts, which is trusted by many well-known projects such as SushiSwap, Synthetics, and Chainlink. Immunify and Pillar teams will try to drive as more participants as we can. And another integration that will be quite valuable to our users is socket integration, formerly Mover. It will be a cross-chain bridge that allows our users to exchange USDT on Polygon to ETH on the mainnet. And it's still in the development, but obviously we plan to publish a blog post with all the details and do a cross-promotion with the socket team. So yeah, I believe that's it from my side for today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Alexandra and Kyle. Thank you for sharing that as well. So we're going to move on to other things to talk about. We have some DAA updates. I believe that's something that our Jacek is going to cover. So I'm not going to say much more about that. I'm going to leave everything to you. So Jacek, if you're here with us, just take the mic and go ahead.
Hey folks, welcome to the meeting. Nice to see everyone here. This week's update from my side, from the DAA side, is pretty short and sweet. Last weeks we've been consulting or getting feedback from our key governors when it comes to articles of association. So the official document that will once signed and ratified will formalize our DAO as a decentralized autonomous association in Switzerland. This feedback loop is now closed. We've had some interesting questions around, majorities for specific votes and for different processes which will be handled within the DAA. Some of these questions are still with our lawyer, and he committed to giving us an official response to some of these doubts. But nonetheless, the document as such seems to be signed off and is now with our legal counsel in Switzerland for him to proceed with formalization. This means that probably on the next call, I will be able to give you some dates when it comes to the official launch of the DAA, and that it's also sooner than later that we will be able to announce it both within our community to all the token holders that maybe are not so up to date with Pillar today's, and also to the wider crypto community. So be on the lookout for that. And that's probably what I can say this week regarding DAA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jacek. So we're moving pretty fast through this call. I was just hot fixing something, some issue with a member not being able to join, but I think that's fixed now, so we can move on. We talked about the tech side, we talked about the marketing updates, we talked about the DAA. There was something interesting happening with the governance recently, and some of the governors were very much interested in a proposal that was suggested by them. So this one is regarding Reg Middleton. And there was some general curiosity by the community to see what he has to offer us. And I'm not going to say more about that other than just giving the stage to Michael. Michael is going to say everything you need to know about Reg Middleton and what's been happening around that. So Michael, I'm going to leave the stage to you if you can take it away now. Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know if you turn on your mic or not. Ah, sorry. Michael needs to be given permission to speak. Here we go. Michael, can you join us now?
Yes, I think I've been given permission to
Yeah,
speak now. Thank
sounds
you.
good. Go ahead.
Thanks for. So yes, the community suggested that we speak to Veritasium, and there was an initial requirement for us to have an NDA, but it was waived for us. So thank you, Reggie. So we had a brief chat. So the discussion focused, because I'm not under NDA here, so I can sort of elaborate a little bit more, gives me the flexibility. So the discussion centered around that Reggie claims to have two IPs, intellectual, two IPs, which is he has registered a patent, one for the US market and another one for the Japanese market. And he believes that Ethereum, Lightning Chain, and all the forks, and as well as implementations, DEXs such as Uniswap, and all the forks are infringing on his IP, intellectual property. So as such, he wants, at least the offer was to have a licensing deal with us so that we can have a license to use the Web3 architecture or the Web3 services as they are now. And I did ask what the alternatives are, because no one at the moment is using any IP, and he believes they are all infringing and there would be an enforcement at some point. And what I asked was, because the IPs, obviously it is one thing to say you have an IP, so we asked Reggie to point us in the direction of where we can see the IPs, and gladly he has. We're looking at it, then we will involve our legal team as well. Then we would look at it and see how much it applies to us. Mind you, our services are built on top of these other services. If you look at Ethereum or Uniswap, we do not actually do the swap. We just facilitate. So even if there is a valid IP, how much does it apply to us? If it applies to us, how enforceable it is? Is it going to be enforced against us? So we are trying to determine all the areas and the applicability. Then we will get back to Reggie on that, and Reggie did kindly offer us as well that he can go through the IP with us, and obviously he did ask for us to have an NDA signed by us. So after the initial conversation, we're looking at the IP and we will study it and get back. Another side issue he did mention as well, once this relationship, which we are licensees, if we become a licensee of Veritasium to use the Web3 services, then he may tell us other ideas that he wanted to do, but he didn't manage to do because of the SEC lawsuit, etc. But those were secondary offerings. The main one was the licensing. So if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to elaborate more. Thanks.
Thank you, Michael. So we've been really fast this time. Is there anything else you want to say?
Oh, to me?
Okay, I'm assuming you just left your mic. Yeah, because you left your mic on.
Sorry.
I want to say.
It's just my etiquette. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. So we have covered the tech updates, we have covered the marketing side, DA, and obviously the recent proposal that we have been having. So I guess there's more things to say about the community side that I'm going to briefly mention from my side. So as far as you are aware, we have some new moderators in the chat, moderating Discord and Telegram. I'm sure the guys have been very helpful to you. Let me see why everything. Is there anything else I want to say? So there is a question that's kind of my field. So I'm going to do my best to answer that briefly because it was a question that was raised to me like 20 minutes ago. So I'm speaking this pretty quickly, unprepared. So what kind of work is there to grow the Pillar community and create a stronger community going forward? Do you plan to open Telegram channels in different languages in the future? So this is an interesting question because for those who have been here for some time, you'll know that we try to open the doors to internationalization, basically to integrate all the languages inside the Pillar wallet. We had a few translations already happening in the app. I believe we have a couple of languages. I would ask Kieran what languages we currently support, but Kieran's not here right now. He mentioned that he needs to go. So yeah, we are looking perhaps to expand to look for these international community managers or of some sort. I won't exactly call them community managers, but more community leaders. This was an objective for some time happening with us, but we couldn't find the appropriate participants. We have tried to establish, connections between multiple international countries and try to make more of this happen, especially when it comes to translation. We're looking to translate the Pillar app into multiple and many more languages to come as we are speaking right now. So there is definitely more work to be done, open community side and the governance side as well, especially. So yes, there is more work to be done to grow and create a strong community. But it starts from simple things such as having a strong foundation to work on. So we're going to focus on that first, and then we're going to expand into anything else. So there's a couple other questions, and some of them I guess are questions Michael can cover. So there's the first question is, it's a bit a question about something that we had before in the Pill wallet. So JJ asks if we will see PPN, P2P payment come back to life in the wallet, and if it will be the same way that it has worked in the past. Michael, do you want to clarify on this question, perhaps?
Cool. Thanks, JJ. It's an interesting you ask. Etherspot has evolved the concept of P2P payment, or the PPN, Pillar Payment Network, that we had. He moved it. The Etherspot has moved it on as a payment channel, and hubs and P2Ps. What that means is one can set up a hub. Say, for instance, a project can set up a hub to facilitate its specific members to send tokens to each other. This does not involve the Pillar token being in the middle, because when we looked at the PPN was a layer 2 service before layer 2 was fashionable. We had it, I think, late 2018, early 2019. But the upshot of it is the adoption of the PPN, or the usage of the PPN, was not as much as we expected it to. So one of the reasons when we looked back at it was the fact that to enable it, we put in the Pillar token as the fuel as a utility to make it happen. It did create utility for the token in that aspect, but at the same time, it detracted from the adoption. So one of the things we have now, then, Etherspot has it, so the wallet has not implemented it, but the same construct we are in the next few weeks, we are taking advantage of and releasing a new service for airdrops. So with the recent airdrop, one of the things that we came across was how expensive it is to do airdrops. In fact, if you wanted to do an airdrop on mainnet right now and use most of the existing tools that would allow you to do bulk sending, it would cost you, for 1,000 people, it might cost you as much as 26,000 USD. So by taking advantage of the PPN construct, but in this case, the payment channels, we have created or we are in the process of releasing a tool which makes airdrops fashionable again on the mainnet, as well as any of the EVM compatible sidechains. Pretty much the sender doesn't pay, the users will pay to pick it up. So if you are doing an airdrop to 10,000 people, each user will pay for their gas to pick out their airdrop. So you just have to make it competitive enough for the people to use, to give them enough tokens in the airdrop to cover the gas that is being spent. So I know it's a little bit of a different answer. We will address the situation in the wallet, but we do have the airdrop capability within EtherSpot. No, we do have the layer 2 capability within EtherSpot, which we are trying to integrate it now with the airdrop service and with other services that we are trying to integrate with. Dennis, what was the second question?
Oh, sorry, just let me check back. The second question, did I read out loud?
No, unless I made a mistake and assumed two questions.
No, it was basically one. It was one of the same question, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, is it going to be the same as before, or is it going to be different? That's basically the second question, I guess.
Yep, it would be different in that it would not need. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you, actually. The biggest difference with the Payment Hub installation is the sender and the receiver do not have to be using the Pillar wallet necessarily. I can do an airdrop using the Payment Hub to anyone with a key wallet or any other wallet. It is just that they come through a dApp to collect the airdrop. So this is a big thing. We can tap into the wider crypto community, not just the Pillar specific crypto community. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. So we have been going on for around 25 minutes. Now it's a good time to actually share the secret word that we have been saving for you guys. So I just want to let you know how this works. You'll be going to this website I'm pasting in the general chat below. So here you go. It's pillar.fi. You go to this website and you will see some nice design in the background, obviously. And be sure to use your Pillar v2 address, since it is the only one that will make you eligible to claim. Meaning that if you try to use MetaMask or anything else, it will probably not work for you. So be sure to use your Pillar wallet. It's going to be free of cost, so you don't really have to do anything other than just claim it. So the secret word you're looking for is obviously one of the recent integrations we're having, and it is Avalanche. So we have integrated Avalanche into the wallet, and we have some work to be done by the governance side on voting for the DEX. But for now, I'm just going to say the secret word is Avalanche, and I'm going to, well, I guess I'm going to spell it up for you in case some of you are not being able to spell it right. Here you go. It's Avalanche. So be sure to claim your Pope NFT, and be sure to use your Pillar wallet, since nothing else will probably work at this time. Thank you. Now, something else I want to share with you guys. The word is going to be deleted after like 2 minutes. It's just for now, so you guys can properly write it down. So regarding Avalanche, this is something I want to speak to you. I'm looking at the governance side mostly, since we need to decide that on the governance aspect, since the governors do decide on the votes that'll be coming soon. Since we integrated Avalanche, we need to find a solid solution where to provide liquidity to. So we have a couple of DEX choices. Trader Joe is one of the most popular ones happening right now, but there are other happening too, and we're going to be looking to do that through Paraswap. So I would like to share more about that, but I guess I'd like to leave this to someone more experienced in talking to that side. So if Partha is with us today, maybe Partha wants to speak something of that regard on the integration of Avalanche and providing liquidity there, or is it something that I should cover?
Well,
Nothing much there, Dennis. Actually, we want the community to suggest where they would like to have us build the pillar pool. Like we have one on, we have a pillar, what do you say, on every DEX that, every chain that we support, but we don't have one on Avalanche at the moment. So we just want the community to let us know whether we go ahead with Trader Joe or any of the other DEXs available on Avalanche. That's just about it.
Yeah, I guess it is. I'm just going to go and say that it's best to look for both short-term and long-term solutions. So if we look for a DEX that opens the possibility of perhaps future API staking or good farms, that's also a big plus, on our side, since it's much easier to do some promotions later on if we choose a good DEX. So that's something to think about. I'm going to speak more about that on the governance forum today, and perhaps in the governance house in Discord. So be there if you can. Thank you. Other than that, I'm not seeing much to talk about anymore. Just let me see if there's some other questions. Some other questions to answer. I guess there is one more question that I'll leave to Michael. And it's, can we have an update on the Collabland partnership that we talked about some time ago?
Yes, I mean, Collabland, we're still working closely with them, but we're not anywhere close to going live. And that is because they are having to deal with different partners that they are working with and juggling balls really with the different teams that they have. So in terms of going live, I haven't got a date for you guys on that, I'm afraid. But in terms of utilizing the Etherspot and the fact that this Etherspot gives us the ability to create wallets automatically, then even tipping by use in a Discord channel becomes easier and cheaper on any of the side chains, even by using our payment channel, is an attractive proposition. And they're looking at Near as well, because Near does have some facets that they find attractive over and above the Ethereum as well, and hence the Aurora deployment that we have in the collaboration on Aurora. So I have not got any live update just in case on that, but just in case I have not clarified this earlier on, the Pillar wallet is the showcase of Etherspot effectively. The first party to have deployed and utilized Etherspot is Pillar, the Pillar wallet. Now, when I talked about the airdrop me service, again, it's just another product we are launching that takes advantage of Etherspot. So just to clarify if I introduced any confusion. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And that about brings us to a close of this public meeting governance call, however you want to call it. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had no troubles claiming your Pope NFTs. I see some people had trouble hearing it. So the word you're looking for is Avalanche, as in the sidechain that we have integrated very recently, and we need to find a solution in form of a DEX to provide liquidity to. It is Avalanche. I'm going to type it one last time and delete it in about 1 minute. So guys, please take note of this. I'm not going to repeat it again. It's very simple. So thank you. Thank you all for joining. I hope to see you again on the next community call. And for that, enjoy your Pope NFTs for being here with us today. And I hope you have a great evening, day, morning, whatever time zone you're in. So thank you and see you again. Goodbye.